Now let's turn our attention to Pope Francis. He's currently on a historic tour in Asia, a 12-day trip that started today with Indonesia. Indonesia, which is home to the world's largest Muslim population. Next, the Pope will visit Papua New Guinea, Timor-Leste and Singapore. Of these 4 island nations, only one is predominantly Catholic, Timor-Leste. So on the face of it, his choice of tour stops is unusual. Which brings us to the question, what is he trying to achieve in these islands? What is the Pope doing in Asia? Our next report tells you.
He's 87 years old. He's on a wheelchair. He's battling a spate of health issues. And currently, he's on a historic tour in Asia. This is Pope Francis, and he's in Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. He was welcomed with tears and cheers as he kicked off the longest and farthest trip of his pontificate.
I am very proud and touched because we are in a Muslim country and are still visited by the Pope, the highest Catholic leader.
I am hopeful that with the blessing of the Pope, Indonesia can become a better country in the future.
During the 12-day trip, the Pope will visit 4 island nations: Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Timor-Leste and Singapore. Of these 4 nations, only one is predominantly Catholic. So why is the Pontiff on this tour? There are 2 reasons. First, the significant shift within the Catholic Church. We're talking about the tilt to Asia. The Church is no longer a Western institution. Churches in Africa, Latin America and especially Asia have a growing influence. Asia is one of the few places in the world where the Catholic Church is growing. Be it through baptisms or religious vocations. Even though Catholics remain a minority, they are promoting dialogue with other religions, running schools, and charitable works. The Pope has previously visited a number of Asian countries, and he's been increasing his engagements with the region. So now, a tour to the Asian island nations makes complete sense for the Pope. Plus, this extends his outreach to what he calls the peripheries, meaning communities who are either marginalized or far away. And this is the second reason why the Pope has selectively chosen locations for his tour. What about the themes of this landmark visit? They've been carefully picked as well, including interreligious dialogue and protection of the environment. The agenda is tailor-made for each nation. Let's look at Indonesia. This is the world's most populous Muslim majority country. In a population of about 283 million, 87% of the people are Muslim. But Indonesia has a decent Christian population as well, of about 3%. The Catholic community here is considered lively and a shining example of interfaith tolerance, despite Islamic extremism in the country. Here, the Pope is holding talks with religious leaders at the Istiqlal Mosque, the largest in Southeast Asia. He will sign an interfaith declaration, hold mass for 70,000 people, and meet with outgoing President Joko Widodo.
Indonesia and the Vatican have a similar commitment to cultivate peace and brotherhood as well as ensure prosperity for the people.
Next, the Pope will visit Papua New Guinea, one of the world's poorest countries. He will travel to remote cities and meet with missionaries, many of whom have walked for days from all over the country to meet the Pope. Next on the tour will be Timor-Leste, Asia's newest nation, when 97% of the population identifies as Catholic. And finally, Pope Francis will wrap up his trip in Singapore, the economic powerhouse, known for its blend of ethnicities and religions. So it's quite the mix. And the Catholic Church can only hope that the Pope's grueling tour bears fruit.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.